Let me tell you my problem with people who seem to say that they know what the answer is. They don't understand that an answer, as much as it has to satisfy, also has to give some leeway to reality. And reality is this thing that is unsatisfiable, which means that realistically, anything that you try to use as the answer to everything, whether that's Jesus, whether that's God, whether that's love, whether it's strength, or even complexity, like length, or maybe it's short and to the point, it's quick-witted. Well, what's your point? If you can only say one word and then not actually deliver, which means to say what that word then means, and then say how it relates to you and to other things. What is God? Why not then just say it's connection? Can you not actually make it so that it's something that is refutable to a tool as much as to the smartest man and to a fool? You gotta leave some air, some space, let it breathe. Otherwise, why don't we just talk about dead things? But you can't even do that right. You don't even know how to kill something. Killing something is as easy as letting it go. It's like letting words flow. Left, right, back, Trish, bones to fight. You don't even know what's right. Because if it really is dead, why wouldn't there be some darker thing instead? And what's darker than not knowing anything? And if that's the case, the closest that we can get is to be a head case and to say whatever comes into our heads space. But no, you guys just say, Jesus, Jesus. Why don't you then say, well, Jesus means love? What does love mean? Well, there's lots of different kinds of love. There's unconditional love. There's all these other different sorts of love that we can all kind of agree on as being definitions of some sort, so that we can relay information. We can go back and forth. But no, all of a sudden, everybody doesn't know how to say hello, let alone how to hold a conversation. And when somebody like me comes along, all of a sudden it's just frustration. Well, you can still have yours though, in this world where nobody really knows where to go because it's all up to you. Even if it was, I get this, you get that, there's still more too. And you know what? I don't really care, you fool, because in my world, I create enough rules for it to basically be a rule for everyone. And, you guys really just are no fun. The devil in the detail. The human being. And the beast with tails. I don't really know what any of you are trying to do or say or go. Are we light or are we clay though? But I'm just gonna say that I'm a master and I don't need any of you to play. And in fact, everything that I do might just look like nothing to you, because all I really do is create space. You say God sacrificed his only son. Well, guess what? I can still agree with you and then just say God is gravity, son. Is that not a statement that carries a lot of gravity? Well, see, you guys can't make God for you and me, but I can. And I can just then move on and let all of yours be bound in some book that then all of a sudden I've gone further on from. I'm long gone. And that book's a bygone. You're some bygone era, but I can always come back. But it seems like none of you can really grow. None of you know how to attack, which is really like knowledge. It's bold. And I don't even really care if you went to college. There's plenty of people that did that don't know, and there's plenty of people that didn't that seem like they do. Well, I think it's fine. Because guess what? I'm not saying this to anybody. I'm out pacing on my phone. I'm going to throw it up into the ozone. And guess what? That's like me creating my own space and going further without leaving my place. I can do it non-confrontationally, which in some sense gives it way more than just being something that's going to be then past tense. So how are you doing? I'd like to know. Because if I'm really, really good at this, then maybe you wouldn't know. If I was actually approaching something or about to miss, or maybe I'm even leaning in for a kiss.